Whew, what's going on, party people? Welcome to another. I'm gonna play a song in a second. I'm just moving to a different spot. Let me see if I can find a song. What song am I gonna play today? I think I'm gonna play One West. No, I'm gonna play this song because it's already there.
Seriously, you looking for a Christ man.
One who knowing it with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do His will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make them money.
What the fuck, man?
Obama, he ain't come here on conversation. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, patient like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Hate Christ in their image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scripture say he hate. African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lie sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dealers started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave them, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of war. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day.
My bad, y'all.
It can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't
bandit. What the fuck?
Very
man?
interesting. I thought he was different.
bandage, no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on the run in Nashville when I found the truth. On my life, I wanted to be a gangster like a card. For my brother's real brotherhood.
Let me get this shit off of my face, man.
My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters.
Oh, wait, hold on.
We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion.
Hold on 1 second, y'all.
Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my.
I got brothers in the corner drinking ice cream.
It was life changing. My family thought it was a play. Told on black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail and it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we can never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wouldn't put us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First up, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they live. I'm a priest, so I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple cats I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple cats I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Hey, y'all. I gotta, okay, y'all. So before I play this next song, so y'all know, oh, shout out to Bezos with an excellent point. I forgot. I got a 50% off sale that ends at midnight tonight. Midnight tonight will be the end of 50% off. So if you want to take advantage of the sale, that's 50%. If you go to callgas.com, you'll see I got 50% off for all products. Yep, I seen you put in the order. I seen a lot. There was quite a few orders that came in. I'll begin making them today. So, you know, if you want to take advantage of that 50% off sale, and it happened. So this wasn't a planned sale. I wasn't planning on doing no sale in the month of March as I prepare for the Passover. But yesterday, I started the 50% off sale for likes. I had to bribe y'all to like my video, which helps both. You get half off, and we get the like. So I would hope today that I would not have to bribe y'all. Like, we got 101 people in here so far. We only got 48 likes. Go ahead and throw your brother a like. The reason why you'll see YouTubers and podcasters, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, no matter where it may be, the hair oil is never going to be on sale because it costs too much to make. The reason why you hear us ask for you to thumb up the video is because when you thumb up the video, it helps the algorithm. As we all know, there are a lot of YouTubers that go live. There's a lot of content creators. There's a lot of people that upload videos, go live at different points of the day. So when it's time to go live, you want to make sure that you can get into YouTube's algorithm. That's the reason why we ask you to like the video and share the video. Because the more likes, the more algorithms, the more better off you'll be with that. All right, so I just wanted y'all to understand why we stress or push that you should like the video, because it helps the algorithm. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, this song that I'm about to play, right? So yesterday I was playing ISBK music, and I was telling y'all that I don't play music outside of ISBK. Roe is a brother that, you know, has sent his music. I actually like his music. So there's a brother by the name of Panah. Panah has come and sent me a song, and I told him that I would play it on my live stream, and then y'all would bump it or dump it. So this song that I'm gonna play, here's what we're gonna do. If you want me to bump the song, bump means play it more, you got to give me a 3. So if you put a 3 in the chat when I play this song, that means you want me to play the song more. If you put a 6 in the chat, that means you don't want me to play this shit ever again. All right? So this is going to be the Bump It or Dump It song. I'm going to play the song in its entirety. So again, I'm going to tell y'all again. You're going to put a 3 if you like it. You're going to put a 6 if you don't like it. And depending on how many 3s and how many 6s I see, that'll dictate if I keep playing the song when I do my lives. All right? So this is by a brother named Panah. And the name of the song, I think, hold up, wrong thing. The name of the song is, hold on, let me get the name of the song, hold on. The name of the song, it says Wrong, all right? So I'm gonna play the song. Beso said explain it again, she's slow, that's a fact. So I'm gonna explain it again. If you wanna bump the song, you put a 3. If you wanna dump the song, you put a 6, all right? So I'm gonna play the song now.
With the iron on the hip, you can't step with these lost tribes, that valley from the scripts. Label slumped in the brick garden, all that mattered was them kicks. With a hangman on the side, still niggas kicking against the bricks. Having nightmares from a bench, look, you could ask my mother dead. She had dreams that I got hit, cause we was taping up the whole block and ducking with a chick. Youngest dust that fell from Eden, tumbled angels with no wind. We were them bulls in the ring, cornered fathers in the pen. Well, my daddy and his daddy left his son. That's why these tracks lead their hits like John Singleton. Yeah, R.I.P. the cheese, I wonder what is so soft. Forget running from the law, we was running from the law. Dreamt my soul fly away like a prophet for the falls. said you can never fight them tears when they unlocking from the core. We did you wrong, Lord. Oh, I did you wrong. I did you bad. Oh, I did you wrong. I did you wrong. Oh, I did you wrong. I did you bad. Oh, I did you wrong.
Check. I said we need to start fearing God. Y'all keep thinking he's playing. Then you giving up that ghost like you can't keep up with the payments. 20 times I done slipped, I repented and started praying. Righteous man falling 7 times, but get up with no complaining. I'm just saying, I know I was doing wrong, but now I'm changing. But the wrong we did made us a victim of all them hangings. Body dangling from the branches, they treated us like we paying. Body dangling from the branches, they treated us like we paying. But that canvas got blood spatter as a matter of fact. That gallery elect, thou art thy battle axe. All you hear is red attack, going up in my habitat. Them shots back to back like Moderna pushing that back. When you prophesying no wax, turning scriptures into songs. For instance, the evil eye is why you sit with that chrome. Let your body go to jail, as if that's where you belong. The curses gon' follow us until we admit we was wrong. We did you wrong.
Oh, I did you wrong. I did you bad. I did you wrong. Oh, I did you wrong. I did you wrong. I did you bad. Oh, I did you wrong.
All right. Somebody asked if that was Bundles on there. That is Young Bundles. Also, somebody had a question about getting a second wife. If you can call in, I think there's a brother that put a question in about getting a second wife. You actually called the right man. I'll tell you if you can or if you can't. So Econ Bro 461, you want to call the number 862-224-9027, and I'll let you know if you can get a wife or not. From what I see in the chat, though, he ain't made a bump or a dump. He made is edge and dump it. From what I see in the chat, it's edge and dump it. Y'all get me right. Y'all get me right if I'm wrong. So far, I see a lot of sixes. I've seen people. Siri said it's a decent song, but not a Car Chronicles vibe. I've seen somebody say production got to be better. Some people like the second verse better than the first verse. I would have to say it ain't made the bump it yet for me. They XYZ. I only got one wife. XYZ. If you got if you got 5 minutes to call and lay out the premise, I can answer the rest with you not being on the phone. If you got 5 minutes, I only got like a couple clarifying questions, and then I can answer without you being on the phone. But I only got one wife. I only got one wife too, XYZ. That's it, just one. And every last one of my bitches bow down. Boy, they gonna make a clip out of that. Cap call his wife bitches. You gotta have a sense of humor, man. It ain't that damn serious. Y'all gotta learn to relax a little bit. But I do only got one wife, XYZ. It's called The Truth. Like 1 Timothy's, the 3rd chapter, let the bishop be the husband of one wife. I got one wife. That's it. They be coming up to me like, Cap, how many wives you got? One? Oh, okay. Let me get up in there. Let me tell you, wait. If I could, on the subject of wives, I'm gonna tell you something. A woman don't give a damn how many wives you got. All she really cares about is how you gonna be with her. If you can master that, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? I'm gonna put y'all on game. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Econ, bro. I'm calling from Florida.
Con, okay, no sweat. But so now, when you say you already have a woman already, right?
Yep.
And why are you looking for a second woman?
Man, I wanted 2 wives since I was a teenager, and I've been working hard to get there ever since.
But why? You're not answering why.
Um, well, black folks been through a lot, so I'm trying to build my family back. I'm
Shut
trying
the
to build
fuck up.
people.
Shut the fuck up. You is not looking for no wife to build no damn family, man.
Oh yeah, I need about 8 boys.
Right. This is that's bullshit, man. Listen, you want a wife because you would enjoy 2 women. That's it. The pleasure of having 2 women, you got to go there first. You got to listen. You got to face your carnality. You're not trying. Let's say if they don't have. Let's say if they don't produce your children. Are you gonna get rid of them now? Or I don't want these women no more because I ain't having kids. Or is there something that you're gonna enjoy with them outside of that?
Well, my first wife, I wouldn't leave her if she couldn't have kids, but I
Right.
wouldn't deal with another woman that couldn't have kids though,
No,
because
no,
that
no, no.
is
I'm
a
not
big
talking
part of
about no,
what
no,
I'm
no,
looking
no.
for.
I'm not saying I'm talking about not having kids if they don't reach the number of kids you want. Is what I'm referring to. I'm not talking about not having kids because, like you say, like I agree with you. You should want to get with a woman that has the ability to have kids, and if she would be a good mother. Because if you get with a woman and you don't see good mother qualities, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to have a kid with her, right?
Correct.
Now, but what I'm saying outside of that, let's say if she never has a kid, will you still have pleasure? Let's say if you're trying to have a kid, but you can't, if you're unsuccessful at it, you would still want pleasure from that woman, right?
I mean, yeah, but that's not the. I'm sexually disciplined, so that's not the driving
This ain't
force in my
about,
life.
having pleasure from a woman. If the only pleasure you get from your wife is sexual, then I feel sorry for your wife. I'm pretty sure you laugh with your wife. I'm pretty sure you go out to eat with your wife. You do, maybe took a vacation or two with your wife. I'm pretty sure there's other pleasures you've had with your wife outside of sex. Right.
Yes.
Right. So I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about pleasure that comes with the wife. There's a way a woman can say, I love you. There's a way a woman can say, man, go out there and whip their ass. Go out there and do it. There's a way, man, you're going to kill them at the job. You're going to be the manager at the job. You're going to be the super. That's pleasure. And that's all only things that she said out of her mouth. So pleasure, when you think, and the reason why I'm glad you thought about sex, because I'm trying to free your mind. You shouldn't have thought about sex. The fact that you thought about sex means you want sexual pleasure too, which nothing wrong with that. You got to be willing to walk through everything that comes with wanting another woman. Everything. Because you can't get with a woman just for kids. You got to stay with that woman forever, right?
Right.
So you want a woman that you would be willing to stay with forever. And just because she can have kids, I mean, you can get with anything. Now, she can have kids, but she could be a monster. She can have kids, but she don't serve the Lord. She can have kids, but she's a drug addict. She can have kids, but she gonna break up with you and put you on child support, and you still got the kids. You understand?
I do.
So when you talk about looking for a second wife, you got to make sure your mental capacity is prepared for that. How long you been with your first wife?
We
12 years. Now, has she known that you wanted a second wife?
Yes, sir. Day one, I told her.
Okay, she's accepted that. Now I'm actually impressed. I'm rarely impressed by people, especially on this subject. But I'm actually impressed because rarely do I find brothers that are willing to tell their first wife that they want a second wife before the wife. And so for 12 years, she known that you have wanted a second wife. For 12 years, have you tried to get a second wife?
I had, but she told me I needed to make sure I was doing what I needed to do as a man first. So,
Who?
when we first got
Who? The
together, I
first
was in
wife?
a,
The first
yeah,
wife?
first wife.
Jesus Christ. So she gonna dictate how you get your woman.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how American women is. They free.
You an American man?
Yeah, yeah. I'm from Northeast, from Delaware.
You should be an Israelite man and boss up, nigga.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get there
Yeah,
right now. That's why I called and asked you.
that's what I'm telling you, to boss up. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna dictate how you get that woman. Because if you're waiting, do you feel like you where you are in your life period, or you still like you getting, you looking to get places and grow and shit like that?
To always grow, but I would
Right.
say I'm probably
But
more successful than most people.
right. But as you feel you can always grow, that ain't stopping you from building with this first wife, right?
No, not at all.
Right. So your woman can't tell you got to get your shit together. Because if you let a woman tell it, will your shit ever be together to get another wife?
Probably not, but you got to be able to provide for
Wait,
both of them.
wait,
So
slow down for a second. If you let a woman tell it, you disagree, which you just said, which I agree, you'll never be ready for a second wife. If you let
that's
a woman,
true.
right. So you can't let a woman dictate if you want another woman. If you decide you want to be in a better financial situation, that's what you decide. If you decide you want to be in a better spiritual situation, that's what you decide. Physical situation, mental situation, those are all decisions you have to make. Because when you're in the relationship with that second woman, your first woman has nothing to do with it at all. The minute you give her an inclination that she can control your second relationship, she's going to feel like she's the husband of your second wife too. So your second wife, that relationship with your other woman has to be totally separate with the relationship with the first woman. And they have to know that. The woman that you talk to has to know that it's you and her. It's not you, her, and her. Or you, her, and her, and her, and her. Because they don't want to walk into that. She's going and willing to submit to you as you're honest. You're going to her, you're just like the first woman submitted to you. The first woman submitted to you, told her that you wanted another woman. She submitted to you, but she gave you a stipulation that you agreed to with this American woman shit that you should not agree to. When you get that second woman and you honest with her, if she agrees to it, she's submitting to you too. But you can't now punish her by making her feel she got to be subject to the first wife, or the first wife is the best wife, or if a woman ever think that there's favorites. You can't have a favorite. You can't let a woman think that you got a favorite woman. You got to let, like, women really hate sometimes women hate to hear this part of the conversation, but it's damn near like no man has a favorite, but they do have a merit system. Or they do have, like, you got kids now?
Yep.
How many kids you got?
3.
You got a favorite? Don't lie.
No,
Use a
no, I
lie.
don't.
Use a lie, nigga. Use a fucking lie. Use a fucking lie. Every
My
parent,
kids good. Way they
listen,
all got their own stuff.
nobody will ever say out loud that they have a favorite child. But everybody has a favorite child. And that favorite child does not take away that you do everything for all your kids. It doesn't mean because you got a favorite child that you neglect one over the other. But the favorite usually comes from what they're doing or not doing. That's what it usually comes from. Or maybe your connection. Maybe you are closer to this one. Or it's different. Like Siri said, I don't know if that's true. I live all mine are different. It could just be the relationship is different. Maybe that's a better way. So maybe I'll go with, let's say if you're right, but let's say you got all boys, all girls, you got a mixture.
I got all boys.
Okay, so you got all boys. Those boys probably have a different personality. And so you love each one based on their personality. And so the things that you do for one that you're not doing for the other, it has nothing to do with whether you love one more or not. It's that they're different, so you're responding to them. So it's the same thing with your women. There is no favorite woman, but they're not the same. I know all my wives are different. None of them are the same. I don't want the same. It would become redundant. But if they're all different, that means the relationship is different with all of them. So you don't have a favorite. It's just that what you do for this one is different from this one because that person is different. But if she believes that you're doing something for her in contrast to another, you got to make sure it's either one or two things. It's either some shit she making up in her head because she's jealous, or you're actually doing it. So you want to make sure if you get this second woman, that's an isolated relationship from your first woman. You got to go there.
Completely different.
No, when I'm saying isolated, meaning it's like an invisible wall. That first woman can't say you can't go see her. That first woman can't dictate how's your relationship to see if it's good or bad, so she could try to dictate what she could do or do to control a relationship. That's the invisible wall. The invisible wall is that you can't let them influence either or. You can't let the second woman come in thinking, okay, I'm number two, but now I'm gonna get to number one because of course she knew. You know the phrase they say, ain't nothing better than some pee than some new pee. And so you can't let that new pee now think because she knows she new pee, she gonna get in here and disrespect the old pee. She gonna come in here and turn everything upside down because I'm the new fresh face. See me raw. Let me step up in here and take over. You can't let her do that either. You got to make sure that there's an understanding of what that dynamic is. They are married to you. They're not married to each other. They're not competitive between each other because they're going to, if you allow it, they're going to be competitive against each other. If they feel that you're treating one better than the other, they're going to be competitive. And here's an example. Let's say if you get into it with wife one, or which can be, let's say if you get into it with one of your wives, the other woman should never know that. You ever heard the term kiss and tell? You should never tell your woman the problems you having with another woman. You think that it's an ear to cry on because husbands and wives tell everything. As a husband that has more than one woman, that you cannot tell. Because the things that you tell your woman currently, when y'all in an argument, she gonna bring up that shit that y'all was talking about. The shit that you confided in, she'll use it against you. Now, I'm speaking generally now because that might not be yourself. So in a general sense, you can have an argument with a woman and then something you told her in confidence, she would use against you. So if you tell your woman anything about the other woman in confidence, she's going to use it against you. Siri dropped some science in there. Just said, focus on yourself. But you got to make sure you establish it because ultimately it falls on you. And so just like a parent that raises their kids, let's say a parent raises their kids right and their kids do wrong. When people say, man, you see Danny's kids? Now, if you know Danny raised them kids right. They're rebellious. But let's say if you're not doing your job and they say, you see Danny's kids? We knew Danny's kids was going to end up like that. Look how Danny raised them. So you want to make sure that you did everything right to where if it's successful or failure, you're free and clear of the damage that comes from it. So those are the things you want to look at. You want to be, are you an Israelite or you just a nigga in the world?
I'm probably a nigga in the world right now, but but my dad, his family pastor, so I'm kind of trying to find my way right now. Okay. But I got a bunch of questions for you. I ain't gonna put them out right now, but
okay,
one of these days.
Yeah, I go live every day, but that's where I would start, brother, when it comes to wives.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you, Cap.
Hey, no sweat, brother. I appreciate you calling.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Shalom.
Hey, no sweat. Shalom. Now, what I was going to say about the wives, like, women don't, if a woman likes you, she don't give a damn what you is. I'm going to tell you straight up. Caller, hold on 1 second. I've seen the most innocent women get with the nastiest drug dealer because she liked him. Women got blinders on. They don't give a fuck. They see that nigga. They like that nigga. They don't care. And here's how dumb women be. Women be so dumb. They know the nigga beat women, and they think they gonna be the one he don't beat. And then when they get beat, they was like, yeah, he beat Sonya, he beat Dana, but I didn't think he was gonna beat me too. Yes, bitch, he gonna beat you too. That's what he do. And when you accept that, you're accepting the ass whoopings. The most important thing a man has to know is that a woman is going to accept him if she wants him. And when the Bible says, husbands, love your wives as yourselves, you have to take on that woman and love her as you love yourself. That's how you learn how to protect her, because you protect yourself. You make sure you protect yourself, your spirit, your everything. So if you take that woman on, you have to raise her in a way to protect herself. You have to love her like you love yourself. You have to be upfront because you're the one that she's going to ride or die for. So you have to do it right. But she gonna come regardless. They don't care, man. Listen, I'm telling y'all from what I know. A woman does not care how many wives you got if you honest. She don't. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey man, my name's Spence. I'm from Florida.
No sweat. What's going on? How can I help you?
Yeah, I just got a couple questions for you, man. First of all, big fan. I think you're the coolest dude on the internet, man.
Oh, Most High Christ. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, so I got a series of questions for you, and I promise it leads to somewhere. So I'm a white dude. I follow you all the time, and I understand that. Yeah, I just want to get out of the way. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what's funny? You saying you a white dude, right? Quick story. Yesterday, I was in Chipotle yesterday, and as I'm in Chipotle yesterday, it was like 40 white kids or teenagers. I don't know what they were, but they was in the Chipotle, and I'm just sitting there. I'm not paying no attention. And as I'm in there, this white kid walks up to me, and he shows me his phone, and it's a video of me debating on Matan Evans' platform, and he says, "Is this you?" And I said, "Yeah, it's me." And all the white kids at Chipotle start screaming, "Yeah, I told you it was him!" And they asked me to take a picture, and I took a picture with him. Wait. Let me give you the funny part, though. Let me give you the funny part. So I took the picture with him, and when I posted it, I titled it "Captains Tazaryach, Future Slaves." Oh.
Now I say we might disagree theologically, but I mean honestly, I'm like astounded on your like knowledge of the Bible. I think it's incredible.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
To be honest, you're like I know y'all don't agree, but you're like Sam Simone to me. You know, I feel like your recall and stuff like that. It's just insane. But anyway, I got a couple questions for you, man, and I would just love to hear your perspective on it.
Okay.
All right, so I got 5 jits. All of my kids are
right.
5 kids.
5 kids. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You got 5 kids. Okay. You got 5 kids. Go ahead.
Yeah. All of them are mixed. So from your perspective,
when you say mixed, meaning you having sex with other races.
Yeah, my wife is mixed as well, so I guess that my kids will be considered.
Meaning like are all 5 kids by the same woman or different women?
Yeah. So, I mean, she's been my old lady since I was like 13 years old. But,
okay, got you.
We got
right. So I wouldn't say that they're mixed at all. I would say that they're all white.
So you think okay? So even though, like, for example, my oldest son, like if you've seen him, he would be. What would be like a good description? He's got dreads.
Your woman's black. Your woman's black.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, they still would be white, even though.
Okay.
Right, so we don't look at, like, for example, we always
say father's lineage.
Right, exactly, because it's the sperm that went in there. The seed is what's planted in the woman. So whatever is planted in the woman is what comes out of the woman.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. So no matter how they look, if we saw, let's say if your son that on the outward would look black, it sounds like that's what you're saying. So like, let's say if he came up to my camp and he's, oh, I like what you're saying. And we say, well, what's your father? And if he say my father's white, we'd be like, okay, we would answer his questions like I'm answering your questions, but he couldn't come into our school because he would be a white man to us.
Okay. Now, like, what would be, I guess, the, like how would that break down if you went down like the lineage of, like, for example, let's say my grandfather or great grandfather was like a Spanish dude. You know what I'm saying?
If your grandfather, let's say if your grandfather or great grandfather was Spanish, we would find out if he was a Spanish or like an Aztec or Taino type of Spanish. Because if he was so if he was Aztec, Taino, or something like that, then he would be an Israelite. But if he was from Spain or a Spaniard, he would be a white man.
Yeah, and I mean that was just hypothetical.
No, that's fine.
My grandparents ain't. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Now I will say, so my question for you is, as someone who has like very similar beliefs to you, like I guess like Captain Tazaryach slaves thing. Me and you probably won't agree on that, but I do have a lot of similarities with what you believe as far as like God in the Old Testament,
Right.
the Father. So, what would be like my children's, I guess like fate in your perspective? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm a God-fearing person. I love God. I try to raise my kids along the same. The same, I want them to be God fearing. I want them to love God just like, I do. What from a perspective of someone who would be like outside of, the realm of, I don't even know if salvation would be what you would call it, but like, what would be our fulfillment in, in the scripture? Like,
And Jeremiah,
I understand that we're not Israelites to you. We're like, so there's no room for us at all.
Yeah, there's no room. Like in Jeremiah 16:19, it says, O Lord, my strength and my fortress and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit. So what you learned about God, what you learned about Jesus, none of that was true because you learned it from a people that was never supposed to teach you. So yes, you have love for that God, but you don't have love for the God of Israel.
Now, what if I listen to you and I hear everything you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying. So I can't love your God. You know what I'm saying? You're saying I learned it from someone else, but I'm learning it from you. I watch you quite a bit. So if I'm learning from you, I agree with what you're saying. And then I accept, okay, I'm not an Israelite, but I'm basically a sojourner in this camp. There's no room for me still.
No, because I just want to put for the record, you're not learning from me. You're watching videos of me. Learning from me would be, and I'm saying this for my audience, not necessarily for you, because I understand what you're saying. I just want to put clarity on the record. I'm not teaching this white man at all. What he's saying is he watches my videos and he learns from the position that I take on subjects, and he agrees with the subjects. The reason why that don't save you, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a biblical example. The disciples obeyed Christ, right?
Right.
The disciples followed Christ, right?
Yes.
Yet they still were unalived, and yet Jerusalem still fell down. They still had to flee. They still were sieged by Rome. Our babies were still essayed. Our women were still ravished. We still went into captivity, even though there were Israelites that believed. Because as a nation, we was drugged. As a nation, we were judged. So you're going to be judged the same way. So it's not enough. So like, for example, as you say, you watch and listen, have you ever donated or tried to pay tithes to ISUPK?
No, I mean, that would just be like an honest answer. But I also, I don't like donate to a church or anything like that. So I guess it wouldn't be like a one-sided thing.
I understand. So there is nothing really that you could do. I mean, I appreciate you saying you learn, but you can never come into our forum and learn, because Zephaniah 2:1 says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. So I can't give a plate for you when there's thousands. So for every one of you white people that agree with me, there's 1,000 of my people that need me more than you need me. You don't need me. You have a nation, you have a military, you have a background, you have a history, you have a culture. My people don't. So I can now graft you or try to join you into my culture, even as a sojourner, because we're the sojourners in this land. You at best, you would bring me in as a sojourner, because I'm the stranger. This is your kingdom. I'm the stranger in your kingdom. At best, you should take what you learn from me. You should be going to your white constituents, your white counterparts, and say, hey man, we were wrong about what we was teaching. What we should have been teaching is that we should teach the strangers better. You should be telling them I should be treating the strangers better. We should stop putting drugs in their community, because the Bible says when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. The world is mourning because y'all are in authority. So this is not the time from our position, this is not the time for you to see that we was right and now God is going to redeem us. And so now you're trying to get a seat in the kingdom so that you can avoid the judgment, because you've enjoyed the splendors of this place. And we have not. Even sleeping with my sister, you've enjoyed that splendor. Whereas if we was living in the kingdom, you wouldn't even be alive today for trying to sleep with my sister. But you're able to do that in this captivity because we don't have the power to control. Like God said not to give our daughters to your sons, nor take your daughters to our sons. But yet in this kingdom, you're allowed to do that. So no.
Okay, now, I guess my question would be like, so in your perspective, God he's like pre-rendered judgment, and it doesn't really matter about like what your personal actions would be for someone like me. Like for example, kind of what you just said, you know, I would say that like my wife's family, my family all passed away, so I don't really have like a immediate family, right? So I'm like the only one. Okay, now my wife's family, like her father had, you know, a bad drug problem. Her father had a daughter that he couldn't take care of because of his drug problem. I took that daughter in. You know, I'm raising that daughter. I help out in that community by I own a business. I employ people from that community. You know what I'm saying? Like I am like uplifting people in that community. Now, obviously, I'm not like the leader of what you would consider my nation, but I am actively, and it's like I'm not doing it as like let me apologize for my ancestors kind of thing. I don't want it to come off like that.
You just doing it
because life.
Right, you just doing it because you lived this experience, and based on that experience, this is what you decided to do with your with that family, with that woman. You saw the sister, you decided to just do that on your own, right?
Well, I mean, like her family is my family. Like we grew up together, you know.
Right.
Like
I grew up in the same neighborhood, right? I understand.
Yeah, I'm like the white dude that grew up in the hood. You know, I'm like the only white dude in my neighborhood kind of thing.
Right.
But it's not like I'm doing it from like let me apologize, but I genuinely think I'm a good person, if that makes sense to you. You know,
I understand. A lot of times when so I'm gonna flip it to show you the example. Like you said, you're the white dude that grew up in a black neighborhood, so you grew up black, so to speak. I did a live stream a couple of weeks ago with this black kid that grew up with white foster parents, and so he rejects his blackness. So because his anecdotal experience is white, your anecdotal experience is black, because you didn't grow up around your nation. You assimilated with the nation that you grew up with. As an anecdotal experience, I understand what you're saying. But you have to understand that experience is not even a drop from a bucket. It's like a spit from the bucket of the black plight. So as you do that, I just want to read this verse. This is
absolutely.
Right.
I agree with you.
Right. So that's why, hold on one second. Hey, Mom, quiet, I'm live. You trying to get on my live? No. I'm probably, you talk about the one. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna end that though. But okay, I'll call you after I finish. All right, no sweat. That's not look right. I'm sorry. So I want to read this scripture so you can understand, because this is Romans 9 and 13, right? It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Verse 14. What shall we say? Is there unrighteousness with God? God forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then It is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but God that showeth mercy. So it doesn't matter what you do. It does, as much as you want to fit in with me. Let's say if I wanted you to fit in with me. Let's say if I wanted to bring you in. It doesn't matter what I want. It doesn't matter what you want. It matters what God wants. And so if God says he hates one, he loves one. If God says one is fitted for destruction, one is fitted for blessings, it doesn't matter of a good thing that you did. Because for every good thing that a white person did, there's a billion bad things that a white person has done that outweighs it. The scales don't balance. There isn't a balancing act where I could say, okay, this person could slide, because then my ancestors be looking at me like my ancestors letting one white person in is why we destroyed. And you may not understand that concept from your experience, but from my experience, every time black people have let white people among them, it's been bad for us.
Well, so I guess like biblically, and sorry, I'm doing some work around the house, so I don't have my Bible on me. But like when the Israelites were going to Jericho,
Right?
and they go in and they are allowed in. I forgot the woman's name.
You talk about
I want to say
you talk about Rahab.
Yeah, Rahab.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So she's not Israelite, and she is not from the nation.
That's right.
But she is like kind of grafted into the nation because of her action.
Yeah, she was allowed to live amongst them. But do you know what do you know what she did?
I would love to hear your explanation, because I from my perspective, she's kind of like grafted into the nation, and then she is kind of like amongst them as a person.
Yeah, she was allowed to live outside the camp. But what she did that granted her that was she allowed us to destroy her whole city. So what she did was she hid the spies. The spy, like we want to destroy Jericho. I think that's the city. We wanted to destroy the city. We go in the city. She sees us in the city. And instead of her telling on us, because she knew that we would win, she said, if y'all let my family survive, I'll help y'all destroy my people. So now if you telling us you're going to help us destroy your people, then you can use Rahab as a comparison.
Well, so what if the opposite was the truth? Like, what if it wasn't, I'm allowing you to destroy our people? What if it was, I am uplifting your, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no, you can't uplift us.
If she's, well, I mean, I could, right? Because in my example,
no, you can't.
Can I just lay out my example?
Yeah, go ahead.
And then,
you can lay out your example.
You can disagree?
No, yep, you can lay
out.
Yeah,
So like from my example, right? What would be considered my sister, that I'm raising, it's weird. She's like 10, and I'm not 10 anymore. But I adopted her in. She had two parents who were addicted to drugs. She couldn't read. Never been to the dentist. Never been to the doctor. And I took her in, and now like I have legal custody of her. She has all of these things. Like she's in advanced placement classes now. When I took her in, she was in slow classes because she'd never been to school before. I've given her life outside of what would have been destructive for her. I completely changed her trajectory in life. That would be uplifting. Now, it's not for an entire people, which I understand what you're saying. It's not like I changed the trajectory of Black people in the world, but from my world, does that make sense? Like, I'm not saying come destroy my people, but I've like gone out of my way to uplift. And she is fully, she's fully Black. She's not, and I hate saying that because to me, it doesn't really make a difference because I love all my kids. I love my sister. I love my wife, all that good stuff. But, like I am a very like uplifting person. All my brothers, that I grew up with, they go to prison. I've taken care of all their kids, while they've been gone. I take care of them when they get out. I give them jobs when they get out. I feel like I'm a very uplifting person for the community that I grew up in. I understand I was an outcast in that community, but I am a very active person within that community. I take care of people that I grew up with.
I'm gonna give a movie example. I want to shout out to my chat for putting it in there. Have you seen the movie Sinners?
Yeah, actually I have.
What was
not in a while though?
Yeah, the movie Sinners came out last year. What was their mistake?
Oh man, you have to remind me. Oh, we do movie nights.
Oh, okay. When you go watch that movie again, their mistake was letting a white woman in their club. That one white woman that he was trying to avoid, they let her in there. She killed not Smoke. It was Smoke and I forget the other character's name. Now
I remember.
Imagine if they would have never let her in. Imagine if they would have never trusted her. And if they don't let her in and they don't trust her, they all live till the morning because they can't come inside. Stack, right? She unalived Stack. After she unalived Stack,
good movie.
Right? She unalived Stack. That's why you don't trust him. So now, even when you say, can you help to uplift? We've had too many. If I let you come in and help and uplift black people, what would that make black people? Well, let me not pose it as a question. Let me just say it. If I let you come in and uplift black people, then black people will think that they can let other white people come in to uplift them. And white people do not have a upliftment mentality of black people. If we look historically, every city that black people have built have been burned down because of jealousy from white people. So if I let you in, they're going to say, what's your name again?
My name's Spencer, man.
So if I let Spencer in, they're going to say, oh, Cap says Spencer is cool. And then when Thomas come in, they're going to say Thomas is cool because Spence is cool. David is cool because Spencer's
my middle name is Thomas. That's crazy.
Right. And as they let all these white people in, eventually they will take over. That's one part. The second part, we have enough of looking up to white people. We need black heroes. We need black superheroes.
I agree.
Muhammad Ali made an excellent point when he said, if there's 1,000 snakes coming at my house and 800 of them are non-poisonous, and 700 of them are non-poisonous, 300 of them are poisonous, do I take the time to sort out the non-poisonous from the poisonous, or do I just close the door on everybody? I just close the door to protect my house. So I can never let you in my house, ever. Because my house, protecting my house is my job. And if I'm going to protect my house, I can never let the enemy that caused my house to be in that condition in, no matter how nice they perceive to be. So as nice as you perceive on his phone, as the nice thing that you've done anecdotally for the people in your community, I still could never left you in my house because I would never trust you. I would never trust your seed. I would never trust any of the Bible says never. Let me read that for you real fast. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and hold on one second. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and I think it starts at 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not altogether wiped away. Your wickedness can pop up at any time. Your unrighteousness, your plot, your white sons, they can come in there and they could think they can take over and be like Spence. Yeah, my dad, I'm just like my dad, and they might not be like your dad. So to protect my house, you can never come around. It would never work.
Okay, so from your perspective,
this will be the last. This will be the last question too. This will be the last exchange.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as a matter of fact, we can just end it, man. I just want to say I appreciate. I'm still watch. Yeah, I think you're most entertaining and knowledgeable person on this subject that you talk about. So I just appreciate everything you do. I hope you stay safe out there and you have a good day, brother.
All right, you too, but we not brothers, just for the record. But I know why you say it, but I'm not your brother. But you have a good day.
Yeah, I get you.
All right,
Yeah,
you
you
too.
too.
All right. Y'all see he tried to sneak that brother in there at the end? He tried to sneak that brother part. He tried it. And Spence, if you watching, shout out to Bezos. And Spence, if you watching, don't forget to go to isubk.com and donate. And when you donate, say, this is for having a conversation with Captain Tazaryach. Don't forget to donate. You want to do that. I want to give an announcement. So, March 24th, I'm going to be in Los Angeles, California. Myself, Captain Gadalhar, Katazar, 2 other brothers. I'm going to work that out with Gadal today. It's going to be a 5v5. 5v5 versus Roman Catholics. Now, here's the Roman. So it's going to be 5 Roman Catholics. 5 Roman Catholics are Rocky Balboa, aka the 2 Mexican brothers that me and Katazar dialogue with first time. And guess who else is going to be? William Albright, the loudmouth Roman Catholic. We going to be face to face, and they going to have 2 other Roman Catholics. 5v5. We about to whoop that ass. Los Angeles, California, March 24th. It's a Tuesday. We going out there. It's going to be the bomb. Civilian space, you could go 100v1 words. You won't like me in the truth, I'm sure. All you got to do is call in, man. Civilian, don't be chatty patty. The number is available. 862-224-9027 is the number. Is that the right number? Damn, did I do it? Yeah, 90. Is my number 9027? Yes, 9027. How the hell I forget my number? 862-224-9027 is the number to call. So don't just talk trash in the chat. That's corny. That's gay. Be a man. Hey, and I'm about to fight heaven. I think I saw Mawasar do it. I'm going to fight all y'all that's typing can. I'm just telling y'all now, I'm going to fight all y'all. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. Now, I do want to show y'all this. So I told y'all about the debate. I had to call. So before I roll, let's call in. I'm about to roll. But I do want to go over this story. I saw this story and I had to go over it. This says that video is crazy. California pastor caught on camera shoving elderly woman downstairs during a heated moment offers his side of the story as calls grow for his removal. A pastor throws a woman down the stairs. Wait, you're very, very right. I will be in touch. Listen, man. Listen, man. Let me hide this nigga on my channel. We don't even see you on the channel. I ain't got time for, I can't call in very soon. Maybe we should box. Shut your bitch ass up, man. So now, it says the head pastor of a California church is facing criminal charges after he was caught on surveillance video pushing an elderly woman down a set of cement stairs. The footage captures Pastor Lorenz Roseman of Beulah Land Missionary Baptist Church. Beulah Land Missionary Baptist Church in Gardena shoving a female church elder out a gate and down a short flight of steps last fall outside the house of worship. Jesus Christ. That is crazy. It says Roseman was arrested and charged with assault by means of force likely to produce great bodily injury, a felony, and released of his own recognizance according to the criminal complaint. It says, this is what the woman said. The woman said, Elsie McTall, the injured party, said she fractured one of her wrists and some toes in the fall. She's an old woman. Then it says, I'm not the same after being hurt by somebody that you trust and love. She trusted that pastor. She loved that pastor. I want to see what his response was. I want to see what his response. Wait. I'm trying to see. Roseman said the fake. All right, this is what he said led up to it. It says, the whole unfortunate event began when I was informed that certain influential members who held positions of power might be engaged in unethical or illegal activities. After conducting an investigation and confirming the allegations, I removed them from their positions. When these individuals could not oust me through our church policies and procedures, they began to attack my character and weaponize the legal system against me. However, the judge dismissed these frivolous and lax stand. I'm trying to see what was his excuse. I still ain't seen it. Even if Crystal, another viewer added, whether two sides viewers, quick, yeah, that video's crazy, need to get addressed. I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna show y'all the video. And I feel uncomfortable. I don't see where he's giving a reason, but I am gonna show y'all the video. Watch this video. Hold on, let me get it.
Okay. Okay.
Let me show y'all the video. This is the video. All right, y'all can see that good? Let me do it without the glare. Let me see. Let me see if I'm trying to see if I can get a better view of it for y'all. Caller, hold on 1 second, caller. Let me see if I can get a better view for y'all. Hold on. Where's the video? Where the damn video at? Now the video disappeared. Ain't that a bitch? Let me see if I can get it. If I can't get the video, I don't know what happened to the video. I'll do it after this call. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, shalom, Captain. This is Antisocial.
Oh, what's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Hey, I heard that you said you're gonna debate the Catholics.
Yeah.
And you said William was gonna be one of the 5.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking when you said William?
What?
I was thinking, you know, who would be the best? What do you call it? The moderator for that debate?
Go ahead.
That Filipino cat that you debated, that was a Roman Catholic.
Man, shut up, man.
Because I can just hear him now whenever William starts butting in. William, stop speaking, please.
I forgot that
Please let that be a moderator, cat.
I forgot.
Please let that
It's gonna be a moderator. It's the same guy, Brian, that was the moderator when me and the Mexicans, when me Tazaryach debated those 2 Mexican brothers. Now that was
zesty as hell, Cap.
He married. He just had a baby. And that dialogue was pretty good. That dialogue wasn't bad at all. I just know that with William, it's gonna be more fiery. With William, it's gonna be a battle. So I'm looking.
It's gonna be more interruptions. I'm not so sure about a battle, Cat.
That's what I mean. But I say the battle is the interruptions. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh. So
and maybe he'll be different. Maybe he'll be different in person because he thinks he's big or some shit like that. He must not know I'm 6'5" and shit. So maybe
he'll Cap, you had him though. You had him when he said, "Man, you about what 5'5"?
Yeah.
He was all like, "How much you bet? What you bet?"
It was just like when what's the cat Julio, when I made Julio leave. When I called him little man. Remember when I called him little man? I said, hey, little man. Don't call me little man. I'm 6'5". I said, yeah, I'm 6'5". That man said, hey, I'm done with this debate. I ain't doing this debate no more. I'm done. I'm gonna make a clip out of Julio. You
should do a highlight. You should do a highlight reel, because it's in the spirit that you're able just to get them off their square. So like unannounced. Right. Like the last guy, what was that guy? Shimon.
Right.
You didn't even attention. I mean, you didn't even need to call him fat, but he took offense to it. I was like, right. Nah, you did that to your damn self.
Yeah, and the crazy part, right? And the crazy part, he called himself. I just showed the video, and he said that's when I was fat. I'm like, how am I supposed to know that? Like, how I'm supposed to know that whether you fat or skinny? Like, I'm not gay. I'm not looking at niggas.
Right. No, okay, that's all I had though. Whenever you said William, I was like, you know what? That Filipino guy would be a great moderator for that debate.
That is funny as hell, man. I'm looking forward to it. I got a Zoom meeting with Brian today to get the subjects we're gonna discuss and stuff like that, and then we're gonna go from there.
All right.
All right.
You have a good day, Cat. I'll get off this so you can get going.
All right, no problem. I appreciate it. All right, I'm gonna play this video for y'all before I roll. Let me open it up. Oh, also too, it's official. I have left the pause game. And I am officially done with using the term pause unless it's something extremely said that's pause. You're not going to hear me use pause no more unless you say something that's so egregious I have to say pause. I'm not using pause no more. But this is the video. Watch this video.
Okay, then take the bottle. Are we recording this right now?
See it push that? I'm going to bring it back.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it back. Watch this. Look at this video.
Okay, then take the bottle. Are we recording this right now? All the time. Okay, then I'm just gonna leave my phone here.
That's what the pastor of the Great Ebenezer Faith Holy Spirit Sanctified Church did. Push that old woman down. And y'all still up in the church. With that, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I wasn't going to do a Car Chronicles today. I strengthened myself to do it. So I do appreciate it. I'm going to make a clip out of that white guy for sure. And I'm going to make a clip out of the Jesus, the cat that called yesterday that said God died. I'm going to make a clip out of that. So I'm going to make some clips today and then throw them up. But I do appreciate y'all rocking with me. Until next time, Shalom Israel. I'm Slaka. Yahweh Bashim Yashar Brakathum. Yahweh Shema Thumb Bashim Yahweh Shai. The 50% off sale ends tonight. All right? Shalom.